haven't been doing my live, you know, like live streams for a while, I missed chatting with you guys. And so I know this is going to be different because it's not live, but I hope that you will like interact in the comments with me about just different random stuff we talk about, because the chats that we always had on my lives were super random. And so I thought I'd just bring up some random things today while we do makeup and we could talk about them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do first and kind of speed through doing my eye look, and then chat while I put my face makeup on. So a little bit different, because I feel like I very rarely like do my face makeup on camera with you guys. So I thought that might be a little more interesting than just seeing like me do another eye look. But you'll still get to see the eye look. It'll just be sped up to music, and then we will chat while I do my face makeup. And I promised my nasty nails would be gone the next time you saw, so this is my simple ones for camp. But yeah, so let me go ahead and get into this eye look.
The shivers whenever I'm thinking about you. Just wanna leave and live without you. Be on my own again. I get the shivers whenever you go out of line, yeah. I feel it creeping down my spine, yeah. Wanna be alone again.
Well, that was the first part of my eye look, obviously, because I'm going to do the rest of my face before I do, you know, the under eye stuff. You know how it goes. But I am using the Smoke Show palette from Private Society Cosmetics. And you guys, oh my gosh, I forgot how awesome the formula of this is. Like, the mattes are stinking gorgeous. And like that shimmer Temptress that I just used right here, the tiniest little amount on my finger, and it just makes, and you could intensify it, but I wanted it kind of sheer, but it's so super soft and just easily goes on. Stunning. Okay, so now let's do some face stuff and let's talk. I'm just going to be putting random stuff on. I probably won't tell you everything I'm putting on. I'm just putting it on because we're talking. But yeah, if that palette is still available, actually I haven't even heard anything about anything from them in a while. I'm gonna have to look into that. But if it is, I'll link it down below because it's so good. And I have Girl Boss, I think is the other one that I have from them, and it is equally as awesome. So yes, definitely, if you like the color scheme of this one, like, I highly recommend it because it's gorgeous and it's got such a good mix of cools and warm tones, you know, with the blues and silvers and oranges and browns. So yeah, definitely an awesome palette. All right, let's throw a little primer on. And I am going to be using my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This one is almost gone. This is in medium tan. I wanted to use it today and see how good the color matches because we're actually getting ready, or I'm getting ready. My husband's at work, but when he gets home, we're gonna go grocery shopping and stuff for camp. And so if this is the right color, I want to pick another one up while I'm there because my other ones I have to mix, and the one light one's getting really low. Oh gosh, I just got like 50 times more than I needed. Okay, that's fabulous. What do I do now? I'm sure it's gonna be way too much and I'm gonna have to wipe some of it off, but whatever. But yeah, if this is the right color, then I want to pick another one up while we're out today. Lately, a lot of my stuff has been too light, but my tan has faded a ton. But it's been like 3 weeks since I was in the sun, so that would explain why. But I told my husband today, I was like, oh, I would love to go out and soak up a little bit of sun. And I'm like, but it's way too hot. It's like 84. Ugh. And I cannot stand sweating. So I'm like, no. Like, I like to go out when it's like in the 70s and you can just sit out there and enjoy it. You might sweat a little bit, but not like profusely. I can't deal with sweating like when you're just sitting still. Like, the only time I want to sweat is when I'm working out. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and buff this in. And it's looking like a pretty good match. So, okay. I took a picture of it so I remember to get the exact right color. I grabbed the wrong color of one of the darker ones the one day, and I'm so mad because it's so dark. And I know you can take stuff back. At this point, I don't even remember where I got it from. But I don't know. Usually I just try to make it work, especially with how inexpensive they are. They're like right around $6, I think. So I hate to mess with trying to take something back when it's like that, like, because usually I can kind of get it to work, but that one is awfully dark. So yeah, what I love about this is it just gives a little bit of coverage, like, and it's funny, I thought I was gonna have way too much and I totally didn't. I actually might get a little bit more. You know, it just helps even things out a little bit, but my skin still looks like skin, and that's what I want. I don't want to look like I've got heavy cake face, especially when I'm at camp. Like, how obnoxious. I already wear way more makeup than anybody else, which nobody ever makes me feel weird about. Like, they just know that's me, you know. But you know, I just I'm not a full foundation or full coverage foundation kind of person anyway, but especially when I'm somewhere like that, like, I'm not trying to be all extra. There's a time to be extra and there's a time not to be. And I'm already slightly more extra than a lot of people. So when it comes to makeup, I mean, not really anything else. Although I do wear dresses all the time at camp and people are always like, ah, you always look so cute and dressed up. We're at camp. I'm like, it's just because it's what I'm comfortable in. It's not because I'm trying to be like fancy. It's just, it's what I'm comfortable in. So, but I've got some other people on board, actually. A couple of my friends have been like, oh yeah, you always look so put together and cute and you seem like you're cool enough and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely why I wear dresses. So now, actually, over the years, a couple of my friends have started wearing dresses more at camp. So that's kind of fun. Because yeah, you guys, you're missing out if you're not wearing dresses to stay cool. If you're somebody who doesn't like shorts, dresses are bomb. Okay, I am going to use the NYX, I said I wasn't going to say, but bear with me, concealer serum. So onto something random then. Do you guys have a Blackstone, like griddle that you cook on? Those things, we've had ours now for 2 years. It is so awesome. Like, we got rid of our grill. You don't need one if you've got a Blackstone. You can cook everything on it. And we don't have the biggest one. I kind of wish now that we had gotten that big one. Because you can cook like your entire meal, you know. But something I love to do on it is I will cut up like chicken and then a bunch of vegetables and stuff and then let them marinate. So kind of like, I call it a deconstructed shish kebab. And let them marinate a lot of times overnight. And then my husband just throws it all onto the Blackstone and cooks it. It is like so dang good and so easy. And we what did we do the other day? The other day I just did, it was actually chicken thighs and boneless ones and zucchini and onions, and I marinated it in just Italian dressing. Actually, it was the Olive Garden Italian dressing, just because we got it in a 2-pack at Sam's Club. And so good. I made a little bit of rice, some brown rice that we just set it on and stuff, and it was like, it's just, it makes like the freshest like kind of dinner. And I mean, you can do it without the rice if you don't want the extra carbs. I just do like a little bit of the rice. And then we had like cottage cheese with it, you know, just like a super simple meal, but it's so good and easy. And but yeah, the Blackstone is so awesome. Like, you can cook, you know, your pancakes or your eggs and your breakfast meats on it at the same time. And like, there's just like a million things. So if you have one and there's something that you love making on it, please share, because I would love to know. And honestly too, we even keep it like in our garage so that we can cook on it in the winter because it's just so easy to cook on, and yeah, makes everything so dang good. And like my husband doesn't even mind like cleaning it every time and stuff. Like it's like it's totally worth it, just how good everything comes out on it. So that is something that we have thoroughly enjoyed. So if you are in the market for a grill type of thing, don't do a grill. I'm telling you, do a Blackstone. You can do everything you can do on a grill plus way more. So I mean, you can't cook pancakes on your grill, but like for camp, we're already planning to do like French toast and sausage links, you know, we like to do breakfast for dinner. So that's kind of what we'll do and stuff. And, you know, just things like that. It's so easy. You never have to worry about anything falling in little cracks or anything like that. It's fabulous. Okay. Now I'm going to, today, I pulled a bunch of different kind of stuff that I haven't been using because I already have all my makeup kind of put in, like packed up for camp. And so I was like, you know what? It actually makes it kind of fun because I washed my brushes the other day, so I'm not using the brushes I typically use. Those are packed. And I'm like, I'm not going to pull out my makeup. I think I pulled out one thing. Oh, an eyeliner. That I'll just throw back in the bag. But otherwise, I'm like, I'm just going to use other stuff that I don't use all the time, and that will be fun. Just something different. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, I've just got this CoverGirl Clean Matte powder. Like this. It's in 525 Buff Beige. So it's just a pressed powder to set my face. As far as makeup goes, I would love some recommendations for some new stuff because I'm trying to figure out what brushes I used yesterday for different stuff. I think I used this for bronzer. Yeah, okay. And I actually got these brushes right here from Carla. And I am so happy. Thank you, Carla. Like I said, I pulled these out and have been using them now for a couple days, and I'm like, this is so fun. Like, I had used like maybe one or two here and there, but now I like put the whole set out, and I'm like, woohoo. So thank you. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, makeup recommendations. I have a gift card for Ulta that I got for my birthday from my sister, and I was like spinning my wheels on because I had a coupon for $10 off of 40 or whatever. And so I was like, well, I should use that because I have a $30 gift card, and that way I can get $40 worth of stuff for the 30 and blah, blah. So I had kind of I put on my community tab, like I asked if people had any recommendations, and I did get some. So thank you for that. And I was looking at like what's new and that kind of stuff, and nothing was just like really calling to me, you know, like there was nothing that I looked at that I was like, oh, I'm super excited about that. Like I want that, you know? And so I'm like, because you can get suckered into that with those coupons. They come around again. Like, it's not like it's the only time you're ever going to get it. And I really like this brush for bronzer, by the way. It's actually fluffier than the one I typically use. And I feel like it disperses it better. So I actually might throw this in to take with me because I do really like it. When I was using it yesterday, I was like, this is, you know, doing good for me. Because the other one I have almost sculpts more, like, or the one I've been using. This has a little bit of sheen to it. All the products I'm using today have a little bit of sheen to them. It's not my typical MO, but I felt like doing it. But this is the Ofra Bronzer in Americano. And then I used this brush, which is a flat angle. Okay, by the way, these are, oh shoot, what are these? Laboratories brushes. This is a flat angle brush. I used this for blush yesterday, and I'm like, oh, that works. Because I was like, what brush do I want to use for blush? Okay, I'll use this, which this I would think you would use more to like sculpt with stuff, but hey, it worked. So I'm going to use the Milani Luminoso Baked Powder Blush, and I'm going to kind of sweep it up. It goes perfectly on my cheek there. Ooh, girl getting her glow on. Don't really need to do a highlight then, probably. Unless I just want to be glowy as glowy can be, which, you know, whatever, who cares? I'm going to the grocery store. Like, literally, I'm going to, like, Sam's Club and Walmart. Like, I think it'll be okay. A little on my nose. Yeah, that gives a really pretty glow. I know this is, like, you know, a favorite for a lot of people, but like I said, I don't typically do the really glowy, so I don't really reach for it much, which is kind of why I was reaching for it today, because I'm like, I just want to use some different stuff. But yeah, so if you have like a recommendation of products that you're like, this like blows me away, you would love this kind of thing, let me know. This is the Ciate Confetti Highlighter. It's in the shade Confetti, and Leanne Sorreo sent it to me, and it's so cool looking. And it's funny because when I first watched it, I was like, oh, that's going to be too dark for me. That's not going to work. I didn't know what I was talking about. It's super pretty. I'm already really glowy, but that's okay. I'll be blind to my husband when we're in the store. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to just spend my gift card, you know, be like, oh, but, you know, I can get this, you know, extra right now. Well, that's kind of dumb, because then I might be using it on stuff that I'm not really super excited about. And like, yeah, what's the point of that? So, of course, this is my tried and true e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I don't know why I can never say it right. And it's a natural brown. I'm at the end kind of this one. So I put a new one in my shot my stash, as you probably saw. Because I didn't want to get to camp and run out of brow pencil. Girl, that'd be a tragedy. So yeah, if you see something come out, I'm like just waiting. I don't know. Makeup releases have really been kind of boring to me lately. Like, I'm not seeing things that like super excite me. And it's funny because I feel like that's kind of a natural thing. Like, you're probably going to get to that point if you're somebody who's really into makeup, because once you accumulate, you know, quite the collection, it kind of gets where it's like, okay, nothing feels new. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like the same stuff redone. Especially I feel like that probably with like eyeshadow palettes the most, because there's only so many colors. And so it kind of gets to a point where it's like, if you really think about it and look, you have like pretty much every color you could possibly have, you know? And of course there's different formulas and stuff like that. Now, if you're somebody who's more into like duochromes and multichromes and stuff like that, that opens up for more variety for you. But those are not things that I'm interested in. So like those kind of palettes don't call to me at all. And then, you know, a lot of things, like a lot of cream-based things don't work well on me because of how hooded my lids are and oily I am. And so that kind of knocks a lot of those out. Of course, I love the Haus Labs liquid shimmer powders and stuff that they had before the rebrand, but now those are no more because, well, you can still get them on Amazon. That's not true. So I shouldn't say they're no more. You can still get them, but like those ones work for me, but a lot of other types that I've tried just don't. And so it's like, so then I don't really go for that type of a product because I don't want to spend my money on it and take such a gamble, you know, since I know a lot of them don't work for me. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's as far as eyeshadow palettes go, like I said, nothing is really like, I'm not seeing things come out that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that. Like how I used to feel. Well, not need it, but you know what I mean. And so yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, eh. Okay, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in dark brown. I got it in a Nipsey, obviously, because it's still teeny tiny. I will say, my nails are not perfect. They never are, but I just did them like 2 hours ago, so they need time to chill out and the stuff around the edges be gone. Anyway, this little wand, could they please make the handle just, I mean, I get it that it's a sample, but make the handle longer, because this is so tiny and like awkward to hold on to. I feel like I'm going to drop it as I'm doing it, which makes me feel like I'm going to end up skipping it all across my face. I did make a little mess with it yesterday when I was using it. I'm like, come on. And it's totally because the handle is so tiny. I'm like, I have small hands and it's way too small for me. So what do people with bigger hands do? Because what the heck? It's just not ideal. So if they could just make the handle on it a little longer. Obviously it's a sample, so it's not how the full size is, but still, like, if people could use it and have a better experience with it that way, they might be more likely to want to buy the full size, you know? Just my thought. But yeah, so I'm kind of like, okay, if the right eyeshadow palette comes along that just really seems fun to me. Now, okay, there's certain things like if they did, you know, a certain, like if companies did like a collab that was something that is something I love, so like Harry Potter or something, then I'd probably buy it just because of what it is. But, you know, if it's something like that I can display too when I eventually get my beauty room. But otherwise, it's like, it's just the same colors redone, reconfigured in different palettes. ColourPop does it every dang day, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't thrill me. I am not liking, that brush is just so hard to work with because of the handle. I know I'm being really whiny about it, but seriously, it bugs me. Now I got it like right here and right here, which is what happened to me yesterday. Just made a mess out of me. And then I can see now I've got some spots here that need to fill. I do very minimal brow work, but I think that dark brown might be a little bit too, well, no. I've got this colorless mole in my brow right there, and it's so annoying because it like separates the hair, but it's like I can't get anything to color over it and make it not look like the bald spot right there. Good enough, kids, good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. I don't love the smell of this, but actually I hate the smell of a lot of setting sprays. We'll discuss in a second. Like, is it just me, or do a lot of setting sprays smell gross? Because there are so many of them, I feel like it smells like someone sneezed in your face. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Sneezes do have a smell. When somebody sneezes and it like sprays, I don't sneeze like that, but people always yell at me because I do like the kind of sneezes, and they're like, that's bad for you. But I'm like, okay, well, I'm not spraying spit all over the place, so I feel like it's better for other people. But so many of the setting sprays to me, that's what they smell like. It's like, it smells like someone sneezed in my face, and it makes me sick. Like, I can't even stand to use it. I love the smell of the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. This one's watermelon. You guys, I am like, just, I don't want it to be gone. It's just, it's too good. And I loved this one, and the other one that catches my eye a lot, and I love coconut, so that one too, but the other one is like the orange dreamsicle or creamsicle or whatever. I'm like, I might have to spring for that when this is gone. And the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, this hyaluronic acid setting mist, this smells so dang good too. So this one I like more in the winter, because I'm so oily. This in the winter is good for me because it's more hydrating. But yeah, so I really like both of those. And my favorite setting spray to use as far as what it actually does, like I feel like it performs really well, is the Urban Decay All-Nighter. And I've had the cherry one and just the regular one. I do not like the smell. It has that smell to me, like the sneeze in your face. But it performs really, really well, so I just deal with it. But the other ones that like work similar to each other, you know what I mean, as far as like not as good as the All-Nighter, but the other ones that just kind of, they typically kind of compare to me and are pretty similar, I'm gonna go for the ones that smell good, because I can't do it. Okay, so let's go into the bottom lash line here, and I'm gonna go into Troublemaker, because I'm a troublemaker. That is such a lie, and everyone watching this who knows me knows it. So this is the shade here. In fact, I'm well known for being a rule follower. I hate being with people who are like, oh, forget that. Like, we don't have to do that, whatever. Who cares what they say? Like, when there's, you know, like rules somewhere about something. I cannot stand being with people like that. It makes me so uncomfortable. It's like, if you want to do that on your own time when you're not with other people, fine. But when you are with other people, you're putting them in that position of discomfort and whatever. And like, I don't like that at all. Never have, never will. But yeah, I can't help it. I am a rule follower. It's like, rules are made for a reason. Sometimes they might seem stupid or excessive, but there's a reason it ended up being a rule. So clearly there's something that happened that made whatever the thing is be something they felt like they needed to put into place, you know? And so I always try to think about that, because I'm like, okay, like, you might think, oh, this is stupid, like, I'm a grown adult, I can handle blah, blah, blah. Okay, but maybe it's a situation like a safety thing that you're thinking, like, that's dumb, there's no way that's going to happen to me. But maybe it did happen to somebody. And so think on that flip side of, you know, they're trying to keep people safe because they know it could potentially happen. And so it's like stuff like that. It drives me crazy when people are like, I'm not doing what they say, that's stupid. Like, whatever. And if you're going places that there are rules at, that's what you're signing up for. Like, if you're choosing to be somewhere where that's a thing, then, you know, it's kind of like you're saying, I'm choosing to be at this place, so I should do what they say. I don't know. See, random. I just go all over into all sorts of randomness. That's what I do. That's my brain all the time. I think that's a lot of people, though. Probably most of us, if we're being honest. But some of us just voice our constant randomness. So, you're welcome. Okay, now I'm going to go into lingerie and do that on the inner corner. And this look is shaping up exactly like I had hoped it would. So I'm very happy about that. Ooh, I should probably take the brush off since I could see a chunk of stuff that I dug into there. These shadows are so pretty. I'm so happy with this. I'm a little concerned with how glowy I made my face, but I think it'll be all right. I mean, it will be all right. Like, the world is not going to end from it. I don't think anyone's going to meet their demise because of my makeup, unless my face, you know, when my oils start coming out, if I'm just so glowy that I'm shining and cause someone to get like in a car accident or something because they can't see, then I guess, but I'm going to guess it's probably not going to happen and never has. So, my husband does call me worst case scenario girl, so he would not be surprised to hear me say something ridiculous like that. So you shouldn't be either. Ooh, I like it. A lot of times I don't do like my liner and stuff on camera because I know for some people it's not something pleasant to watch. So I'm warning you ahead of time that I'm going to do it. So if you're somebody who has an aversion to that, I get it. Like, trust me, I've got my definite aversions to different things. Like, I can't stand when someone is talking when they're putting like lipstick on, like when they're talking while they're, I don't know what it is about it, but I'm like, just don't. Like, so I get it if it bothers you to see somebody put on liner, especially because up in the lining the upper lash line, like my eyes do things that aren't cute because I cannot keep my eyes open like some people can. Some people can keep theirs open the whole time. I'm not even going to attempt to try to do it because I'll just poke my eye out on camera and, you know, maybe that would be good for views, but I'd rather keep my eye, thanks. But yes, I do know that is something that people don't like. Speaking of aversions to things, what are some weird ones that you have? Because I definitely have things that I'm just like, I can't. Like, I cannot. One of them is when people, like, lick something, like a spoon, like, say, like a serving dish, like you get to the end of something, you know, at a party or something. And somebody takes the spoon out and, like, licks it before they put it in the sink. Please do not lick stuff in front of me. I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's one of those things to me that I don't know. Like, and it's not like I never, like, lick something off a spoon, but I don't do it, like, in front of people. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know it's weird. Okay. Like, we've all got our things. Don't try to act like you don't. And another thing is I'm really weird about, like, nails. Like, if men have long fingernails, why? Like, nail clippers are readily available. I will personally buy you some. I cannot deal with when guys have long fingernails. And if anyone has long toenails, oh my gosh. Like, if I got to a point where I couldn't cut my toenails for some reason, I'm gonna be taking myself to a doctor, podiatrist, whatever. That's what they're called, right? Podiatrist? Yeah. And having them cut them for me, because no, I am not even about to be walking around with long toenails. There's just something about that creeps me right the heck out. And it just gives me like a weird dirty vibe. I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. Okay, in the lash line, so this is, or the water line, I mean, this is the only thing that I pulled out of my camping makeup bag to be able to use. And it's the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner. And it is in a Never Ending Navy. So, looks like this. I absolutely love it. And I knew it would go perfect with this look. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pull that puppy out and use it. So I did. Not like it was like a rule I gave myself or anything that I couldn't pull something out, but it's actually been fun to use products that weren't like my tried and trues, you know, because that's what's in my bag to go. Because I don't want to get there and be there for 2 weeks and not have, you know, have something with me that I thought would work out, and then it's like, oh gosh, why did I do that? I should have just brought what I knew worked, you know? When you're going on vacation, it's not really the best time to try out something brand new, if you want to be sure that you look decent. So that is that. And I'm going to put it in my bag right now. And then for my lashes, I'm going to go ahead and just use the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. I love this stuff. I got this in an Ipsy. I'm really, I don't know with Ipsy, because I am very bummed that they went up to $15. Like a $2 price jump is kind of a lot. There are videos up, because it was my July Ipsy video, so if you haven't seen that, you might want to check that out. And then the one main thing that I got in that bag, I did a video with too. So it's like a dupe palette for the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. So I went ahead and did like a comparison video with that. So if you want to check that out if you haven't. I was pretty impressed. But yeah, so I'm like, I decided I'll, you know, do August's bag and see how that goes. I had already gotten to choose my choice product for August, and there was another palette in the choices, but it didn't really do anything for me. I knew it wouldn't be something I'd ever reach for, so I'm like, I don't really want to do that. So I chose something that is something that I know I will get use out of. It might not be the most exciting thing ever, but I know I'll get use out of it, so I'd rather have that. And then They also had put, because I used up my points last time to get that brush that I got. I don't know. Actually, I think I have it packed. And there was, like, I had used up, like, almost all of my points. And when I looked this time, there was 825 points in my thing. And I'm like, what? Like, I used 600 last time, and it had only left me with, like, 85 points or something, I think. And so I was like, where did that come from? So I don't know if they gave extra. I feel like they're trying to maybe do a couple things to keep people subscribed, because I know there's a lot of people, as you watch videos and stuff, that are like, I think I'm going to be canceling. Like, $15 a month for sample products is not, you know, the greatest thing ever. But I will say, like, 3 of the things I used, this, and this, have all come from Ipsy bags. So I do have a lot of things that I really enjoy that I have only acquired because of Ipsy. And a lot of them I wouldn't repurchase, even though I like them, just because I am so thrifty, you know, and they're like more expensive products. But so it gave me a chance to feel a little bougie and have something, you know, more expensive that I wouldn't buy for myself otherwise. So in that aspect, like this mascara, there's no way I'm purchasing this mascara. It's way too expensive. I love it, but I just will enjoy this one. And when it's gone, that's that. Like, you know, so I don't know. It's definitely, it's been fun having it, but I just don't know if it's, you know, really worth it anymore. So, and who knows, maybe I will cancel it for a while. So I am getting my August bag. I did say that. So I used up the points that they gave me and picked something. And then, you know, did my choice product. So we'll see what else they send me, because they also sent me 3 skincare items in my last bag. And I don't want that. And in my profile, I have put that I wanted those things rarely. So to get 3 of them in one bag was kind of like, okay. But I let it go because I got a full-size palette that I chose, and an eyeliner that I was really happy about. So I was like, okay, I'll like let it go. That's why I'm going to see what August brings. But yeah, if my August bag isn't like, you know, wowing me, then I'll go ahead and cancel it. And maybe down the road, I'll start it back up. Who knows? But we'll just have to see what happens. But this, oh, I didn't pick a lip product. Let me go pick something to put on my lips, and then we'll be right back and finish up. I decided to go with something kind of subtle, but keep the glow going. So I got this ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Lazy. And so it has a little bit of like an orange tone to it. So I felt like it goes good with the eyes. And so let me come up and show you the eyes up close. That was my stool moving as I pushed back. Just so you know, I'm not like letting them fly on camera. So what do you think? Do you see it? Just like, it was such a simple look, but it is my go-to thing to put a pop of blue under the lower lash line. I thoroughly enjoy that look. So yes, I am feeling very glowy, very glowy. I might have to repowder because I feel like I've got so many glowy products on, but you guys let me know. Do you think like, no, it looks good with the really glowiness? Am I just too used to seeing myself like trying to keep myself looking very matte? You know what I mean? And yeah, so you guys can let me know what you think of that. But again, that Smoke Show palette, I'm so happy I pulled this out. Such a great combination of those warm tones and all those nice cool tones too. Well, warm tones on this side, cool tones on this side. So I love the way that they did that. You know, it's like 2 palettes in one kind of thing. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. And don't forget to comment down in the comments and let me know about those different things I talked to you about. And we talked about black stones and makeup and weird aversions we have to things. And I'm not really sure what else. I don't even remember at this point. But I hope that it was just a fun, chatty video for you. And I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. And I'm sure it will be fun and funny. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.